All right, guys, how we doing today? Today I have something really cool for you. I'm gonna do a grandma pizza. And a grandma pizza is a great pizza. It's something that's gonna be cooked in a square tray. All right, this is a black iron tray. And it reminds me of growing up in Brooklyn when all the little bakeries used to make different styles of pizza, grandma pizza they called it. And they made big sheet pans, and it was absolutely incredible. And it's one of my favorite pizzas. It's really easy. You can feed the family. It's simple to do in a wood-fired oven or even in a home oven. So check it out, and here we go. All right, so here's what we're gonna need today to start. We're gonna take one of our square pans. We're gonna have it nice and oiled. We're gonna use a 25-ounce dough ball, okay? Then we're gonna stretch it out into the pan. We have some fresh tomatoes, milled with a little basil. So this is our sauce. We're gonna be using fresh mozzarella. It's really nice. I sliced it not too thick and not too thin, because if it's real thin, it'll burn. If it's too thick, it won't cook. I have some chopped basil for garnish at the end. I'm also gonna use a little bit of shredded cheese. I like to make the pizza really creamy with the cheese blend. Some dried oregano that we grew here at home. And I think that's gonna cover it all. Oh, a little pecorino or Parmesan, whatever you have to finish at the end, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this big dough and we're gonna stretch it out. Now, it depends on how you make your dough, but this is a 25-ounce dough ball, and you really wanna get it stretched out to fill the whole pan. And if your dough is tight, it might take a little bit of work, but you can let it relax for a while and then do it again, because your pan is oiled, so the dough has a tendency to snap back. So if your dough is nice and loose, it'll work, and you can just go around. You want it all nice and level, all right? Our dough is nice and airy. It's soft and really good. So you can pick it up a little bit at the same time, but you don't want to overstretch it. And you're just gonna work that dough. Pick it up. Put it back down. You see how it slides back? Because it's all oiled. All right, so you're just gonna keep working it like this. Pick it up again. Pick it up again. Push it all the way to the corners. And what I like to do is just let it relax a few more minutes. And then I work it again. It becomes easier to stretch. So you can also take it and hold it on the edges like this. You see it pulling back. That's okay. I'm just gonna give it a little help. Let's see if we can hold it up there. There you go. Press it down so it stays. And we're gonna work it into the corners. Hold it over here nice. You're just gonna keep working it until your dough is absolutely beautiful. Now this is a thin and crispy and crunchy kind of a pizza. And here comes our nosy body over here. He's always in. Hello, Koopy. Okay, and we're just gonna let it sit now for a few minutes and relax. Come on, go sit, go inside. Thank you. And then we're good to go. See? Dough is, once you fill the whole pan up and your dough starts to relax, I like to take a little bit of a foil and cover my dough. And then, because you're pressing out some of the air while you do this, so I like to let it rise again and let the yeast start activating. So if you can let it rise in your home, just cover it up like this, put some foil on it and let it sit for another 2 hours. And I'll show you what happens. So here's the first one. We're covering it up, relaxing, and we can always push it back after we cover it. It's fine. And then I'll take it like this. So, save time. Now we can see how active that yeast got. I let this sit out for about 2 hours in a really warm on top of my stove while I was cooking. So it's really nice and bubbly, and this is gonna make a beautiful pizza. And you can smell that yeast. It's really good. So once it's like this, we're ready to give it a nice little coating. All right, we don't want to put a lot of sauce. We just want to keep it moist and keep it down while it's going to cook. And we're going to pre-cook it. Okay. Just like that. Coat this up really nice. And this is crushed tomatoes, a little bit of basil, garlic, sea salt, and a little bit of olive oil. It's just a really nice Italian plum tomato sauce. It's very simple. It's just milled and looks great. And this is where I like my oregano. I like the fresh oregano. It's not as pungent. It's more sweet. I just put a little bit on there. And then we're gonna go into the oven with this and let it bake. Okay, the secret is that once it's ready, you wanna put it in the oven, you wanna let it bake so the bottom is brown. But you have to cover it for the first 10 minutes, and then we're gonna put our cheese and everything else on top. So this is a great pizza. You can feed the whole family. Have your foil. Don't press it too tight on the pizza. You don't want it to stick, and it might stick a little bit, but that's okay. And that's it. Then we're gonna go throw this in the oven. Again, you can even throw it in your home oven. Doesn't matter. All right. I'm gonna throw the pie in the oven. We're gonna make sure that the oven's nice and hot. And we're gonna let this bake for about, I would say about 12 minutes. Get the bottom nice and golden. Place it in there. And we're gonna make sure that we actually turn this around every 3 minutes or so. Okay, because you get different spots of hot and cold, so you want to make sure that you get a nice, beautiful, even bake. All right? Just keep turning it every couple of minutes. Get an even bake. A little side note, it's always good to check your floor that you're nice and hot. We're up in the 600 range, 650, so we know the oven's hot. And of course, the domes are going to go very high, and the wood fire near that's going to be 800 near the dome, so that's good. All right. Don't forget to keep spinning. And that's it. This has been about 10 minutes. I just want to check it out. I kept turning it. And I want to check the bottom. All right, it's hot, so be careful. And like I said, this might stick a little bit to it, but that's okay. See the bottom? You want to get a little more color than that. A little more brown. Almost done. About 3 minutes, I think will be perfect. All right, so we've been cooking about 13 minutes now, and I would say it's just about ready. So I'm gonna take one last peek, and the fire is dying down, which is great because we don't want to burn the top of this pizza. We still got to give it a good bake. So you want to time that. Get your oven hot, let your fire die down, check your bottom. Let's take a look at what we got here. Oh yeah, nice color. Nice and crispy, nooks and crannies. Look at that, that's looking good. So we're gonna take this guy out and burn yourself, be careful. And we're gonna go right to our table to work on. And let's see, hopefully, we get a nice clean, it might stick a little bit, but that's okay. Careful to take off the top. All right, looks really good. You can smell the a little bit of a hint of oregano and the tomatoes and the basil. You want to peel it nice and carefully. Now we're going to put on some fresh mozzarella. That looks really good. We're going to put a straight line right down across the center. You know, making it look good as you go. Some more over here. Looks good. And we'll put a little more over here. And you just basically making lines and rows of fresh cheese, and then we're going to put the sauce in between each one. You want to make sure you make it look nice. Just keep adding a little more. Get that going. Piece over here. That looks good. All right. gloves, and we're gonna go back into the oven, really nice. And then we're gonna finish this with fresh basil and Reggiano. Okay, so here we go. Moving. That looks great, right? You can see the combination of fresh and shredded cheese, and that pie is going to be absolutely beautiful. So we're going to take it over here now. Okay, this is going to be super crunchy. Let's take a look at the dough on the bottom. Look at this. It's like a very, very crunchy. You can hear it cracking as you lift it. And this pie typically gets finished with a little pecorino all over it, Parmesan cheese, and the better the cheese, the more flavor. Okay, it's a grandma, that's the way they do it. And then it gets a lot of fresh chopped basil. Just like that. Okay, that looks really beautiful actually. And then that's the way we roll on a Sunday afternoon. And now we're gonna feed the family something absolutely incredible. We're gonna make a nice cut, and listen up. You can hear that crunch. It really makes it, this makes a super crunchy, amazing pizza. And we're gonna have 9 beautiful slices so we can feed the family something good. And the best part of it is not just cooking it, it's just you're gonna be eating it. Let's take a look at that. Wow. All right, nice and crunchy. Look at that beautiful pizza. Everyone's gonna get a nice slice of that. I absolutely love it. You can see how nice it's cooked, and look at the edges here. You can see all the little bubbles, and you know your dough is cooked beautifully. Take a look at the bottom. All right, that's just a beautiful, beautiful pizza. So love life and get cooking, guys. Absolutely amazing. Love it.